Well, good morning. Get your coffee ready. We're going to talk about the power of the universe, the power of you, the ability to change all things, the whole foundation of what you are and what can happen from this day forward. And the rest is just illusion, which you create also. So, remember when we used to have coffee together? We're going to have some of those talks more now because it's time for us to take control of that power, that manifesting power. Call it law of attraction. We're going to explain exactly how it works. Pretty simple stuff. You ready to change anything? Let's go. Welcome to Landria, Onkka on YouTube, here to help you break through fears and live an amazing life. One of my students makes fun of me because I do what he calls the scrunch. Well, I call it the scrunch. My hair is wet, so I scrunch it so that it'll go dry, curly. Who cares? All right, so welcome to Landria, Onkka on YouTube, here to help you break through fears and live an amazing life. Oops, let's put a little air on in here. Why do I say break through fear? Break through what? What do we break through? We are actually breaking through the illusion that's created here by choice. We're creators, and here's why we don't want to eliminate the illusion. First of all, I hope you'll subscribe. I'm going to send you more powerful videos on how you can start to change the mindset, the actions, the thoughts, the beliefs, everything that is holding you back from the things I know you desire, that you are creating every day that is not happening to you. My crows are out there. Yes, they have a lot to say. So let's get started, because I want you to understand one thing. And one thing only, if you get anything out of this video, is you are a creator. When I say a creator, because we are splattered out, exploded out into what appears to be separate pieces of one puzzle that makes up one picture. It's not complete without your little puzzle piece, no matter how crazy that is. If you appear to be separate, you are actually being given the individual, seemingly individual choice to create. We all create. Of course, that is the illusion that it's happening on its own. It's not. It's actually part of the one, so it affects everybody, and this is what's so powerful. This is what we cannot ignore with the law of attraction. Now, I always say I don't believe in law of attraction, not because it's not a powerful force. It is. But when we say law of attraction, what most people do, and this is why it doesn't work for most people, is they believe they can exist in this frequency and vibration, thoughts and beliefs, and that if they do mantras or do a vision board, that there's a law that says they can attract something that is different than this to them. So this is why I eliminate law of attraction, because there's no law that you attract something unless you are actually just in alignment with it. So I just say we shift into that which we desire to be. We become it. We are it. It exists. That's a probability that exists for you right now, is to be that person, that version of you living the life that you want to. Now, here's why I break through fear, and if you haven't read the book, I suggest you get it. It could blow your mind, and pretty much everybody, this may be you, has read it several times, and they say they get something different out of it. It's a powerful book. Just holding it, it has an energy field because it was channeled. What does that mean? I just received information in the same field that we're going to talk about today, where all probabilities lie. And if you shut down the negativity and the limitations that you're choosing, that is sitting right here. All the answers, the situations, the abundance, the health is all here. You just shift into it. You're not shifting into it because you're believing something else, because we've come here in a dense form to experience it. Now, here's the important part. I need a sip for this. The important part is that without the fear and the challenges, the sadness, the loss, seemingly, because we really never die, but we have a concept of loss and grief and all these things. Without that, there'd be no reason to come here. We would be bored out of our brains, because once you go into the one space that is all unconditional, loving, non-judgmental, there's no separation there. There's no challenge to know what you are. So I always say this: if you told a fish, you know, to try to describe the color blue and describe oxygen, and that oxygen is a bad thing, they don't even understand that. It's not till you pull the fish out of the water and all of a sudden there are different colors, including red, and oops, now I know what oxygen is. And until you experience it, you cannot know. No one can describe it to you. No one can share it through a movie. The only reason that we get so affected by, you know, movies that are really good movies that move us is because we can relate to those feelings. We've known those feelings before. So we know what it feels like when they lose somebody, they're sad, or, oh, you know, on their edge of your seat. It's like, you know that feeling. We can relate because we've experienced it. Don't miss out on that. And if there's anything you get from this video other than you are a creator, which I don't know why people have a problem with that, but, you know, we're going to talk a little more about that, is that this experience holds great value. It is not to be missed. It is not to be avoided. It is not to be battled. Conflict with any situation is actually fueling it. It says this is wrong, shouldn't be happening, there's no value in this, and on and on and on. And so basically you become entangled with the thing you don't desire. You blame people, they're wrong, whatever. And so you actually create more and more of that world that's wrong. And you create more separation, which is a low frequency. It's a super low frequency because we are one. When you connect to that, which is the very thing that you may despise, you actually can change it by doing the opposite, and that is not to oppose it. Now we're going to do more of that. I'm going to go into depth in all of these steps, but I'm going to do a general one today, and that is when you oppose things, you change nothing. You feel and become the energy field of that which you are judging. When you go into oneness, you no longer separate, blame, you don't go into conflict, you don't battle it, you don't argue points anymore, because everything is a puzzle piece. It's like saying that corner puzzle piece is wrong, it has a little point on it. It's like, yeah, because it's a corner puzzle piece, and without that puzzle piece, we don't have a full picture. So shut your trap, your pie hole. I haven't done that in a while. So here's what we want to remind you of. When you go into the solution, changes things. It changes the existing situation. So if you don't like your current situation or the world or anything else, the only way to go into that which you desire is to shift into it, that thought, that belief, that action of which you aren't doing now. It's not thinking about it and hoping and remaining here in the same old that you are, that continues to create this. I'll give you an example. Hopefully he's watching. One of my students that I coached won the lottery 3 times. 3 times, 10,000, a million, and a million within, like, I think it was like 3 years. He was in the newspapers. It was crazy. 3 times. Did it solve any problems? Temporarily. You know, he got to buy some nice stuff, but ultimately he ended up right back where he was, actually worse off, health-wise, and he lost his girlfriend, and financially was not better off. Why is that? The foundations didn't change. So maybe he got lucky and connected to that lottery win, but all the other foundations created the same situation. This is why lottery winners usually go broke or are very unhappy and get divorced. The statistics are insane. That's a prime example. Can you win the lottery? Yeah, but if you're looking for it to cure you, to make you happy, because you're unhappy over here, you will remain unhappy. You haven't done anything over here. You're looking for something else to patch you, not the change and the shift in who and what you are over here, the foundations, the beliefs. Okay? I want something to solve my problems, to make me happy. So you will continually receive things, if even that, and continually remain in the probably worst situations, because then you're disappointed because it didn't make you happy. It didn't solve the problem, right? So something I did with him was he had this annoying neighbor. It was just, some feud going on between them, and the music and the craziness and drugs and all kinds of stuff going on out there. And I said, I'm going to ask you to do something you really don't want to do. He wanted that person to change. I want you to change for me to make my world okay, instead of realizing what's the lesson here? I'm a creator. What can I do here that's everyone's gonna benefit from and change the situation? Not because I want it to, but because I'm going to choose a different thought pattern frequency for myself, whether that person changes or not. Well, I told him the best chance you have of changing this situation is to stop thinking about yourself and understand that he's coming from a very dark place. He would not be doing that and striking out if he wasn't feeling horrible himself. And you're a great target because, you're acting nasty. So it's easy to be nasty back to a nasty person. And so, the conflict's there, and it's never going to end. So I said to him, if you want to resolve this issue, then I want you to send light and go into compassion. Know that he's in pain. He's in fear. He's not feeling love. He's frustrated. He's coming from a place that thinks that the world and everybody in it, is against him. So I want you to send him light. You don't have to judge it or have some story around. Just send him light. Just send him light and compassion. I think it was definitely 24, 48 hours he moved out, and he left his stuff. He didn't take everything, and he just moved. Boom, he was out of there. See how this works? You are connected. So you're not just creating your own reality. Your reality is connected to everything else. So when you make a different choice, you affect that which you want to change. But you don't do it in a manipulative, egotistical, low-frequency way of conflict. That will reinforce the situation you don't desire. So abundance. It's like, what am I doing that is, not working for me? I'm this person and nothing's changing. And you're going to keep getting the lessons. Why? Because you came here to learn that lesson. Again, this is a very meaningful matrix. So you're in that situation, and instead of figuring out that you have to be the solution maker that doesn't think that way anymore, you have to shift over and say, okay, I can earn money. I can do better. I can have a higher paying job. I can get the career of my dreams, or whatever it is. But I can't do it from the space where I'm in, because I'm a creator, so I have to create something different. And I have to go into an expansive, positive space of creation and not blame anybody else or my boss or whoever I'm in conflict with. And when you let that go, that boss that you may hate, and I have had students this I said, it's going to kill you, but I want you to go in there and bring them coffee. The jackass. Yeah, bring him coffee. What? Yeah, ask him how he's doing today. And not out of pity, oh, you're in a dark place. Oh, I pity you. Oh, I'm going to compassion. That's judgment. You don't have to judge it. You don't have to know what he's going through, he or she. And just say, you know what? Here's a cup of coffee. And even if they don't appreciate it, don't judge that either, because you don't expect things, because that is you wanting things again to be different, to satisfy you. I want you to be grateful for what I did. I want you to thank me. I want the accolades. You got to let it all go. And then everything's going to align in the most positive way, because now you are in a high frequency of total creation with no expectations, and you've released the material world and accepted it too. So when we go into the law of attraction, what we have to do is we shift into the very energy field of that which we desire, and we don't even have to know what's going to come to us, because this mind can't possibly imagine what's out there that could show up that you didn't even dream of. So you let that go too. You know what you desire, if it's health or wellness, relationships. And so you say, how do I change things? Maybe instead of thinking about myself, I can go and give and create and connect to people, and somebody's going to want to give back to me, but you don't do it for that. You're a creator, so you're always creating, and so your creation is always connected to everybody else, and that's why certain things show up, because that message, that connection, that thought is coming back to you. And so if you want to create something on a high level, you want to go in and send light and love to it with unconditional love, is not judging, and just send your blessings to it and not try and understand it. It's working its own scenario out. It's working its own puzzle piece out. And that's it. And so you don't go into conflict. So no more conflict. And I know this is tough for some of you. Well, but they're doing, yeah. And so what? What are you going to do to solve that issue? What's the solution? And when you're a solution maker, you shift it, you change it. When you're in conflict, you fuel it. If you do that today, if you stop fueling the problem, they're doing this and I'm not appreciated. Shut your pie hole. Oh yeah, another spiritual butt kick. Then you are not shifting that whole situation for yourself and affecting the other who's connected to you. Everybody and everything is. We're going to talk more about this because we are now in a space where we're understanding the quantum field, that it is all giving, that it is all things, that it judges nothing, that you actually just access that which you focus on. So you got to watch those thoughts every single day. Meditate, go into peaceful music, and just know that I am creating. Everything beautiful flows to me. I send my light and love to all of existence. I am thankful. I am open to receiving all of the higher creations that exist right now. I'm stepping aside and allowing that in, and things will show up, the ideas, and then you're going to want to take action. You got to action, action, action. We're in action now. All right, so I have another channel. It's Tools to Manifest Anything, and I talk more about this. Here we talk about the future. We talk about all kinds of cray stuff that's fun. If you want to go to Tools to Manifest Anything, that is going to show up somewhere here, and you can go over there and get more suggestions for you to start to shift that mindset, because you're fully in control. Nobody else, and nobody makes you feel anything. Only you can do that. That's how powerful you are. So these are free. I have the Quantum Shift. It's a Breakthrough Fear Master class, and it's the Quantum Shift class. And if you're in my list, you will have seen that come over, or you can participate in that. It's pretty powerful, and it goes through the steps of this, gives you exercises, and we talk about how to actually shift into that. Not quantum jumping. We actually shift. This is, I believe, more powerful for most of you who want to just become that, which is receiving everything that you desire. Digital Explorers is my solution for unhappy, unhealthy people who are earning in a way that they don't love. And so we're creating online businesses, planet conscious. I take people of all levels and entrepreneurs who want to create something amazing. And we create multiple income streams, a business you own doing something you absolutely love. And we focus on that. No technology training, none of that stuff. We're creating something powerful that's going to change the planet, your life. You'll be proud to say what you do for a living. Your kids are going to say, Mom or Dad or Grandpa or Grandma, that's so cool. Yeah, we're changing lives, and we are doing it consciously and responsibly. If you want to participate, this is a free webinar. Explains how we're doing that. You are whole and perfect, strong and powerful, loving, harmonious, and happy. Blessings to you, my friend. Namaste.